Mike Tyson, I do not believe, knocks Anthony Joshua out, and prime Joshua out in the first round. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. What's happening, people? I hope you're all well. So, a heavyweight fantasy matchup between a prime Anthony Joshua and a prime Mike Tyson. How do I think prime Anthony Joshua would do if he was to face a prime Mike Tyson? I've been meaning to make these fantasy matchup videos for a while, but I've been so busy. And I think this video is partly inspired by Hatman, so shout out to Hatman. I see him years ago doing a video saying, who would win, Anthony Joshua or Mike Tyson? So when I talk about a prime Anthony Joshua, and I guess things are all subjective, you know, different people are going to have different opinions, but in my opinion, prime Anthony Joshua was around the time when he fought Vladimir Klitschko and Carlos Takam. I think Joshua has improved technically since then, but I don't think that compensates for the loss of tenacity to his game and determination and aggression. I think if Joshua now was to fight Joshua when, you know, if Joshua now jumped into a time machine and came out that time machine and fought Joshua back when he fought Klitschko, I think that the Joshua that fought Klitschko would have won against the Joshua today. So Mike Tyson, prime Anthony Joshua versus a prime Mike Tyson. I'm thinking about the Joshua that fought Klitschko and Takam against the prime Mike Tyson. Now, unlike a lot of people, because Mike Tyson seems to have a cult fan base and they're crazy, you know. Everyone would never have stood up against a prime Mike Tyson. You know, everyone gets knocked out by a prime Mike Tyson in one round. The heavyweights of today would never stand a chance against a prime Mike Tyson. Like, and there seems to be almost this myth around a prime Mike Tyson. Now, don't get it twisted. Prime Mike Tyson was a phenomenal fighter, an exciting fighter, a unique fighter. But if you look at Mike Tyson's record, plenty of people went rounds with Mike Tyson. Plenty of people made it out the first round against Mike Tyson. James Tillis went the distance with Mike Tyson. Like, Mike Tyson went rounds with people. He had a lot of knockouts, but he also went rounds with people. I think a lot of people get caught up in the hype and they don't actually do their research. I think a lot of people get caught up in the hype and they don't do their research. So a prime Mike Tyson was not someone who was knocking everyone out in the first round. So anyway, before I don't want to sort of ramble. I want to get back to the point about this video. So prime Anthony Joshua versus prime Mike Tyson. Do I think Anthony Joshua gets out the first round against a prime Mike Tyson? I think he does. I think he does. Honestly, I think the fight goes something like this. You got Anthony Joshua, who very good combination puncher, very physically strong, dangerous with the uppercuts. He's got a decent jab, and when I say decent jab, I mean at the top level it's a decent jab. You know, in terms of overall heavyweights, he's got a very good jab, but in terms of like the elite level, he's got a decent jab. And Mike Tyson, you know, extremely explosive Prime Joshua was extremely explosive as well, but Prime Mike Tyson was more explosive. Prime Mike Tyson, fast twitch muscle fibers, very fast out of the gate. In fact, if you actually look at Anthony Joshua in his earlier career, he took some inspiration from Mike Tyson. I know Anthony Joshua's, what, 6'5", around 6'5", around 6'5", 6'6", tall fighter, slim build. But if you actually look at even some of Joshua's earlier fights, he did take something from Mike Tyson with the sort of explosiveness and the fast start, and even his stance sometimes. Go watch Anthony Joshua versus Gary Cornish, and you look at when he was closing the show, at the way he was, his stance was. Anyway, Mike Tyson, very explosive, hit very, very hard. I think his power was a bit overrated, to be honest with you. I think it was more, he hit hard, and he had the accuracy and the speed to go with it. You got a lot of heavyweights, I'm telling you, heavyweights today who hit harder than Mike Tyson, but they haven't got the accuracy. Like if you were tied to a tree and a heavyweight that today weighing 280 pounds or whatever hit you his hardest, and Mike Tyson then hit you as hard as the other guy would hit harder, but Mike Tyson had the speed and the accuracy to go with it. That was the difference. Mike Tyson, he hit hard, he had a decent chin, very explosive, very fast out of the gate. So I think a prime Mike Tyson versus a prime Anthony Joshua goes like this. I think prime Mike Tyson will come out of the gate very fast. I think Joshua will be looking to just tie up, because I don't think the jab against a prime Mike Tyson is really going to hold in the early rounds, because I think Mike Tyson would just close the gap too quickly. Are you enjoying this video? If so, make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the bell icon so you get a notification when I make a new video. And with that, I'll let you get on with the rest of the video. With his head movement and his lateral movement. So I think Joshua would resort to tying up in the first round. I think Joshua would probably be able to tie him up, and I think Joshua would probably look to pot shot a little bit on the inside, but I think Mike Tyson would take that first round quite comprehensively and probably like not drop Joshua, but probably rock him a little bit, like get his attention, definitely get his attention. I think in the second round, you would probably get Joshua, you know, trying to hit Tyson as Tyson's coming in, and maybe have a little bit of success, like maybe like a scuffing right hand, because Mike Tyson, you know, when he's fresh and he's coming in with that head movement, even if you land, you might not land clean. So I think Joshua might land a few, I think, you know, scuffing shots, partially landed shots. But I think Mike Tyson would be very dangerous with these left hooks, right hands, combinations. And I think that Mike Tyson would land the cleaner work. I think Mike Tyson would probably take the second round as well. I think Joshua would probably at that point start being a little bit dazed a bit. I think in the third round, you know, Mike Tyson. And by the way, this is all very, this is all fantasy matchups. It's all just a bit of fun. It's not to take too seriously, because we're never going to know. I think, let's say round 3, Mike Tyson will start, probably hurt Joshua. I don't think Joshua will go down, but I think he probably hurt Joshua. I think Joshua still be in the fight, and like he's in the fight but losing the rounds. But at this point, I think Mike Tyson starts to slow down a bit, because this is the thing that most people don't understand. Yeah, Mike Tyson used to slow down in fights. Like people go on, like I remember when I had one of my fights, and it's no disrespect, someone said to me, oh, you should have just gone for it like Mike Tyson. One, I don't have the fast twitch muscle fibers Mike Tyson had, so I can't be as explosive. I get myself caught doing that. So I gotta look at fights in a different way. And secondly, Mike Tyson did not just go for it non-stop. He would go for it for the first round, and then after that, you're right, mate. Yeah. And then after that, he would be very sporadic. So like Mike Tyson, he'd go fast for round 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, And after that, the work would be very sporadic. Yeah, the work would be very sporadic. So, in my opinion, like after Mike Tyson probably have very good rounds 1, 2, and 3, and then round 4 maybe he starts to slow down a bit. Joshua starts to have a little bit more success, maybe even landing a big right hand. I reckon Mike Tyson will probably take the first one or whatever. But I reckon that'll be like a split round where you kind of see Mike Tyson, he lands a bit, but he's kind of standing in the middle of the ring, not doing much sometimes, and Joshua starts to have some success, maybe even land a few jabs to the head, and maybe even land the uppercut. And I think that's the first round in the fight where you're kind of thinking you could give it to Tyson, but you could also give it to Joshua. So I think that's how the 4th round would go. And in round 5, I think that Joshua would win that round. That's right, I think Joshua would win that round against the prime Mike Tyson. I think he probably hurt him with an uppercut. I think he would be clinching Tyson a lot. I think he would actually start to have some success with his jab. I think that he would land some right hands. I think he would throw the uppercut and land it and hurt Tyson coming in. I think Tyson would still have some success. I think Tyson would probably land a few, but I don't think they would have the same power on it. And I think Joshua would take that round against the prime Mike Tyson. You Mike Tyson fans ain't gonna like it, but it's true. In my opinion, obviously, only my opinion, is a fantasy matchup. Then in round 6, I think that Tyson will start to have some success, but I can honestly see Joshua having a lot of success against the prime Mike Tyson, neutralizing him in the clinches, landing some uppercuts again. I don't think he'd hurt him the same way, but he'd be landing some uppercuts, landing his jab, landing some right hands, and landing them cleaner. I think Tyson would be standing in the middle of the ring, like sporadic bursts. He would land some of those sporadic bursts, but sometimes Joshua's footwork's actually increased over the years, I've actually noticed. So back when he fought Klitschko, his footwork was actually slower. He was slower on his feet than he is today. That's one thing I will say. But Joshua maybe being able to kind of move out of the way a little bit of Tyson's bursts, but still gets caught a bit. However, I think round 7, I think that Mike Tyson, who half tired and half saving himself, would start to have some more success. I think Mike Tyson starts to have some more success. I think he takes the 7th round. I think he probably hurts Joshua quite badly, catches him clean, because Joshua himself not the best stamina in the world. But I think that the fact that Tyson fights sporadically after a few rounds would actually help Joshua maintain some stamina. It's easier to go the rounds when the other guy's not pushing you. When someone pushes Joshua, when someone pushes Joshua, I reckon that he would run out of stamina. But when someone's just like making it easy for him, I reckon that like Tyson probably would after the first few rounds, truth be told. I reckon Joshua would be able to go those rounds. But I reckon Mike Tyson saving himself. He takes the 7th round, maybe hurts Joshua. Round 8, I think that Joshua gets caught by maybe a big left hook, and then he has, he's not down, but he's hurt. I think Tyson maybe lands some neat combinations on the inside, and I think Joshua's out on his feet, and I think he gets stopped on his feet. So that's how I see it, man. I see it as a competitive fight where Tyson takes the opening rounds, he fades, Joshua comes into it, has some success, hurts Tyson, wins a couple rounds, but I think Tyson takes the fight around the 8th round as a stoppage. Now, don't get it twisted, this is a fantasy matchup. This could be completely wrong, and we're never gonna know. But, let this be known, like, it's a fantasy matchup, it's just a bit of fun, don't take it too seriously. Mike Tyson, I do not believe, knocks Anthony Joshua out, and prime Joshua out in the first round. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Like, so many people, too many people went past the first round with a prime Mike Tyson for me to say that Anthony Joshua in the peak of his powers is getting knocked out in the first round against a prime Mike Tyson. I mean, it could happen, but I'm leaning against that not happening. I think the fight goes rounds, mid rounds, you know. I think it goes past the halfway stage. I just think that Tyson will probably, once Joshua gets tired, I think Tyson will probably close the show. Anyway, what do you guys think about what I spoke about here? You let me know. How does the fight play out? I'm open to like you thinking that I'm completely wrong about that. So let me know. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I make a new video. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you on the next video.